Alicia the Preacher. Well, guys, this one is a heavy duty one. As you can read the title, I've already touched on it a little bit in a previous live video as to how my recent ex of 25 years of marriage and I end up adopting a child. We adopted a child way back in like 1999. Well, pursued the process, started the process 1999, 1998 kind of thing. Yeah, 1998. So, like I said, I already covered in a previous video as to how all that happened. I'll just do a quick recap. The first thing that triggered it was something between he and my first husband, which is, my kids, my daughter's natural father, their natural father, my first husband. He and my second husband decided that an adoption should take place. Neither men consulted me first. No one talked to me about it. They just kind of took it upon themselves. And there was a point in the process where, the new husband had to, let me know what was going on. Right. But anyway, that was the first thing that happened. And then the second thing that caused the adoption was his birthday twin and the woman he wanted to marry or he wanted before I came along. I've always been around. I've known him since ninth grade. So I've never not been around. But, you know, before we started talking, dating, you know, I wanted to know, is there anybody else that that's in your heart? Is there somebody that you wanted and you couldn't have or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there somebody else? And he actually said, yeah. And I encouraged him to go ahead and pursue her, you know? And so I waited to see how that was going to work out. And he reported back it didn't work out. She wasn't interested. She was already with somebody and, blah, 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 blah. So we proceeded. We knew I was going through a divorce, so he may as well clean his system out too, right? So she was pregnant, and then my first husband, who was trying to get him to adopt my girls, his wife was pregnant. So, and then it was somebody, it was like three pregnancies in a family or, in our face at that time. And that really got to him, wanting to have a child of his own and all this kind of stuff. But we hadn't been married long enough to me to be adding kids. I'm coming in with two, and we hadn't been married long enough. And I didn't like the fact that you're trying to adopt my girls behind my back. I didn't like that. But here we are with this situation. He feeling all hot and bothered and heavy about having more kids when I got to, feeling pressure from outside of us. People on the outside of us had the power to determine what is going on inside of our marriage that was just too much. And we hadn't even been married 2 years yet. It's not even 2 years. And we're dealing with this kind of heavy duty stuff already, you know? But at that time, everybody in my life felt like, well, he's a good man and he took on you and those girls. It's the least you can do is get that man a baby, even if it's through adoption, kind of thing. The people closest to me kind of had that attitude. But I was like, but me and my girls, we're not charity case. I mean, I know I'm a divorced woman, but I'm not a charity case though. I just didn't view myself as some charity case. But obviously I was. And so, and then he had pressure from his family. They just felt like, well, what are you getting out of the deal? You know, what are you getting out of the deal? I just felt like, I just felt bullied to adopt when I wasn't ready. I wasn't independent. I didn't have my own money. I was not set in life. He was set. He was set in life. I just came out of a marriage. I went through a divorce. I'm not independent. I'm not set in life. I can't add more kids to my life. To my individual life, I could not afford to add kids because there is no guarantee that a man will stay with you in a marriage. There is no guarantee. So that's why I had to be ready for myself to take on more kids. And I had two that I couldn't afford by myself already. Already had two kids I couldn't afford by myself. So that's the only reason why I was not ready to adopt. I wasn't ready. But he felt like if I jump off into a career, then I would never get around to adopting for him. His fear was if I was independent, then I would not adopt a child for him in our marriage. But before we got married, I told him I would. I had no reason to lie or, not follow through on that. But at that, point in time, I was not ready. But he was. He was hurting in his spirit. And everyone close to me at that time felt that I should do it. So I did. And I did it without sharing with people at that time. I didn't give them the full story. This man thinks that I'm ugly. He thinks I'm dark skinned and evil. And, this man doesn't really even want me. I wasn't even his first choice. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know if I'm ready to make this level of a sacrifice for someone who really doesn't desire me. We were having a lot of sex, you know, we were having a lot of sex, but he still found a way to make it clear that my dark skin was evil to him after we're married. After you're trying to force adopt my kids behind my back and then trying to force me to adopt a stranger. I'm like, what the hell am I into here? It took me 2 years. I cried for 2 years, having sex pretty much every day and crying for 2 years while caring for a child, changing diapers, making bottles. He cried and I cried. The baby was crying. I was crying for 2 years straight. This man was forcing a union. He was forcing me to love someone that I wasn't ready for, with tears in my eyes and sex, a lot of sex, just breaking my spirit and breaking my spirit. And everybody was saying how the baby looked like him. And there was a point where I wrote the state of Michigan and said, look, this is a mistake. I feel like if I don't adopt this child for my husband, then me and my kids won't have a place to live and something to eat. I wrote the state of Michigan and told them this. And they started the process of trying to, remove the child from my home and find a new family and everything. But each day go by, I just felt like I just started just hating my life. I just started hating my life. I'm not independent. Now I'm so depressed. I don't even know if I'll ever be independent now. I can't even stop crying. And now my husband's going to hate me forever because whether I keep the child or not at this point, he's going to hate me even more. Talking about Leah in the Bible, talking about Hagar in the Bible. I mean, I'm the legal first wife and all, but I'm treated like Hagar and Leah in the Bible, you know? So I changed my mind because I didn't have the strength to lead a marriage. This is like divorce twice in, you know, just a few years. So I changed my mind and we kept the baby and I went on and signed the adoption papers. I was just so broken and confused and hurt. But the Pastor Newby, he would talk to me and he would just keep me encouraged. So I just buried myself in the word a lot and kept the kids busy, Um, AAU basketball, anything that Girl Scouts, going camping, family vacations. I just kept us all busy, kept everybody busy, kept everybody active. I kept being everything that I thought the husband and the kids needed. But I was dying inside, just dying and dying and dying. And then one day, my husband just said, I have a void in my life. I can't commit to this anymore. You've gotten enough out of this marriage. He just wasn't happy. I was dying and he wasn't happy. And then I ended up having a suicide attempt because this child is growing up, a beautiful child. I mean, we gave him a good life despite all that pain. He had a good life despite all that pain. Star athlete, you know, went off to college, graduated from college. He's a college coach, basketball coach, assistant coach, and all that. I mean, the adopted child came through our home and succeeded in life. He's doing better than me. I raised a child to do better than me. And now they're all gone, like they don't even know me. He took that child and ran off as though I did nothing. Just because I didn't do it the way he wanted it, I get no credit at all. I taught him, the baby, how to read. I taught him how to tell time, all that stuff before he went to school. Before he went to school. I taught him all that before he went to school. And gave him a brother. I took on a second adopted child because I don't believe no child should, grow up alone. My daughters were older and they had their own father under different circumstances. So I even brought a child in a home that he could relate to and grow up with. I did the best I could, but I always knew that it wasn't going to be enough. I sacrificed myself and poured myself into a situation that I will never gain any reward from. No, I can't even. I mean, I wasn't even allowed to go to his high school graduation. What did I do to him? I raised him. I raised him to be better than me. And I wasn't good enough to go to his graduation because the sugar baby wanted to go. My husband had stole my daughter's girlfriend, and that girlfriend went to my son's graduation. And then when he snuck off and ran off with this white woman, the white woman probably went to my son's college graduation instead of me. So that happened to me twice. I raised the adopted son that he forced on me, and he didn't even let me go to the high school graduation or the college graduation of this child. And the sugar baby blamed me, you know, and this white woman, obviously, I don't know anything about her. We ain't never talked, but obviously she blamed me and support everything my husband's ever done to me. She supports the fact that he cheated on me. She supports the fact that he just, she supports this. I never want to meet a woman like that supports a man forcing himself on a woman like he's done me. She married a man that stole his stepdaughter's girlfriend. She married a man like this on purpose. So all this hurt and pain, I'm transferring it right on over to her too. She deserves to know what that man did since she stole him from me on my time, you know? And it's not because I want him back. It's not about that. He made it very clear in 2011 he did not want me. And he the one that took 10 long years to leave me. So all this, these videos and this whole channel is not about me wanting this man back because I'm just so crazy in love with this man. No, no. I was stupid. I was foolish. I was dumb. I was silly and laden with sin, like the Bible say, to have ever allowed a man in my life to cause this much pain and damage. He forced me to adopt a whole human being and raise that child and give that child my everything more than I could afford. I cheated my own daughters to make sure that this child for him had everything. And then he didn't even have the decency to make sure that all the other women would get the fuck out the way so I can see my own work. That's what kind of man you married, woman, white woman. That's what you stole. That's what you stole. I don't want them back. You can keep them. But I did deserve all the pension. I did deserve all the Social Security. I deserve the marital benefits. Maybe you earned and deserve his love. Maybe you earned and deserve his trust. Maybe you earned and deserve whatever sex you're getting today. But I earned and deserved the money. I did. That's what I want. You can keep his physical self, his love, his trust, his loyalty, whatever you got out of him, whatever you are giving him, fine. I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, I have fixed him up with white women in the past. I have fixed him up with black women in the past. I approved, no, no, no. I was forced to approve the sugar baby. I already, just had to let the sugar baby slide into whatever. I already did all that. I've been through the ringer. I earned the money. You earned everything else. You got his attention, his, sneaky ways of sneaking off to be with you. You got all that. You got him. You got the prize, girl. You got him the prize. You were able to convince him that you were better than me. Girl, I'm not hating on you for that. Just send the money back. All y'all got to do is put it in writing with Fidelity Investments and let them know in writing. Give her 100%. And then that way you can just keep them. I mean, that's what it's about, right? The love, right? You love him better. You you're more trusting. You're not gonna cheat on him and all this kind of stuff, right? Well then, fine, give him all that. Just do it for free. If it's not about money with you because you got your own and you're independent, then you don't need his money. I do though, because I put the work in for it. I put the work in. I'm not saying you didn't do nothing. You obviously love him. You trust him. You married him. You got him. You won. I'm just saying, remember me. And yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about your ass because you stole him. I mean, that's fair. You stole him. I get to talk about you. Let's shake hands. You get to keep him and prove how good you are. All I'm saying is, give me the money because I already did what I was supposed to do, and I didn't get no report card. I just have to know I did good for myself. So, yeah, that's what I went through. And the sad part was, after the adoption and everything, he started acting like it was him and that baby against me. He leave out in the morning and I got to take care of the baby all day. And when he come in for work in the afternoon, in the evening, whenever he got home, I hand that baby right to him. Here he is. This is what you wanted. Yes, I did. And he just acted like it was him and the baby against me, like I was their enemy or something. It was a really weird marriage. And then at the very end, he decided to punish me, put the sugar baby all up in my face, acting like she was his bodyguard or something. She was, they calling the police on me, and then one of her friends and drug dealer boyfriends and all up in our rental properties, and it was just crazy. You lived nearby, I'm sure you knew all the details. You was right there. I didn't see you, but you knew all my business. I just didn't know you. And that's what's not fair about this, but whatever. Y'all did what y'all wanted to do, and y'all made it to the finish line. Y'all got married. Y'all made it all the way. But, the rest of the world, along with you, secret, secret homewrecker, secret homewrecker, you about to find out with the rest of the world the details of my marriage, the details of what exactly you stole. I'm probably sure you had a bunch of nurses and doctor friends at the wedding. Your whole hospital, bitch, is fit to find out. All them doctors and nurses and people about to find out what you married. Your doctor engineer husband that you know, I wrote his dissertation. Yeah, yeah. Y'all about to find out. And it's sad it had to be this way because it didn't have to go down this way. It didn't. But y'all didn't give me much to work with. I don't have much else to write about. After 25 years of marriage and he took my independence and forced all this on me. You know what I mean? I don't have anything else to write about, lady. I wish I didn't have to look all stupid, putting my business all out here like this. But thank you for marrying him and making it legal for me to talk about it. Because before y'all got married, I was just out here looking stupid by myself. But now you're out here with me legally. This is what you married. This is what you walked into. This is what he hid from you. Now you're about to find out all the secret. See, you secretly came into my life. You secretly came into my life. You never bothered to contact me to find out anything. You never bothered to. Well, now, ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. Now that you got a ring on, ring, ring, ring. I'm about to ring the bell now, baby. I have to. I gotta make money. I can't do the 9 to 5 like you. I had 5 suicide attempts. I don't know how many you've had yet, but I've had 5. You gotta catch up. Like I gotta catch up to be independent because he left me for you. I gotta catch up and be independent. You gotta catch up with the suicide attempts, lady. You gotta catch up with all these women, other women being cheated on and stuff. Gotta catch up, Bree. Come on, Bree. Catch up. What suicide tip number are you on? Woo! This gonna be fun, y'all. This gonna be fun. She set herself up for this. Whenever the other woman sneak and come behind, she don't know what the blowback is gonna be. She don't know. Sad for her. And she don't even know me, and that's sad. She's never met me. I've never met her. She married my husband, laying in bed with him, and has never met me. Wow. That's really something. That's all right. That's all right. Keep them. At this point, I can't imagine being with nobody else yet. At this point, I can't imagine yet. But one day, I will be with someone new, someone spanking brand new that no one in our lives know. No one will know this person. They'll be spanking brand new, not related to this mess, or not. Either way, I'm good. Even if I don't meet somebody else, I am fine. But the possibility is nice. Someone fresh without all this crazy history. But I'm not interested really. Not in a single person. Not a single person. That marriage was enough. That was enough to knock single men right out of my mouth. Just the taste of it, just done with that. But the married man thing, though, that's one thing, Bree, baby. You did teach me something. That married men, including the one you got, they always want somebody else. Married men always want somebody else. They're never satisfied with their wife, ever. Never, ever, 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 ever. And I don't know why they bother to get married, knowing that they don't even want the person, just for convenience, the placeholder. Yeah. So I don't want to be in that position no more. I'm done. Um, I want to be the desired woman now. I want to be the woman that I want to be the one that people want. I don't want to be the one that's at home hated. I don't want to be the one at home hated. I don't want to be Leah or Hagar anymore. Mm-mm. I want to be the one that's desired, the one that the married people are looking outside at. That's the one I want to be. So thanks for switching spots with me. I appreciate it. Because I was tired of being in that spot. She switched with me. Wow. I mean, just to even say that she switched with me makes my heart feel lighter. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I'm sure there was a time saying something like that would have hurt like to no end. But uh but whew, I mean just Just the fact that he stole my daughter's girlfriend, that right there, just, whoo, Jesus Christ. Whenever your husband end up with your kids' lovers, that right there sent me to the hospital. That right there sent me to the hospital one trip. One of those trips was because of that, for sure. One of the five was because of that. So that right there alone is enough for me to never, ever, ever see this man again. That alone was enough for you to steal him away from me forever and make me have joy in my heart. I think I'm gonna end every video from here on out saying thank you, Bree Baby. Thank you, free Bree Baby, for freeing me from the man that stole my daughter's girlfriend. I was such a weak, broken woman. I didn't even have the strength to leave the man who stole my daughter's girlfriend. I was so broken and weak and stupid. It took another woman to steal my husband, to free me. I'm thankful. I can't, I mean, I'm almost like I can I can't, I'm almost like Most High love me that much. Most High care about me and love me and my daughter so much that he allowed a secret weapon of a white woman to come along and take my husband so that we could be free of the shame and disgust around that situation. Because I was so weak, dumb, and stupid and suicidal and disgusting. Yeah, it's true. So thank you, Bree. Thank you, Bree Baby, for saving. Now I know what my husband meant. Before he walked out on me and left me for you, Bree, he said, I gotta save myself. He said, I gotta save myself. But he wasn't only saving him, he was saving me and saving my daughter too from him and his sugar baby. So thank you. Thank you, homewrecker, other woman, for doing what I couldn't do. You did what I couldn't do. You took out my trash. And so that is neighborly. That is neighborly. I appreciate it. I was sick and weak and stupid, and you took out my trash like a good neighbor should do. See how when you just let yourself keep talking and vent and air out your thoughts and feelings, um, you can reach conclusions that you wouldn't normally reach. Like I would have never thought in a million years to thank the other woman, no matter how disrespectful and rude and, you know, again, everything has good and bad to it, the pros and cons. I can give you a long list of why a woman shouldn't home wreck or shouldn't steal. I can give you a long list, of course, but I can also give you a list of how it can be beneficial. Until this woman stole my husband and married him, I mean, she went all the way. Until she did that, there was no way I could be free. No way. Because I didn't have it in me. So, yeah, I was forced to adopt. And yeah, I was forced basically to divorce too, basically. But one thing he will not force on me is his other woman. I draw the line there. I draw the line with my ex forcing a whole woman on me and her people. I draw the line there. There's no way he will come back from that. Not that he want to, guys. Not that he want to, not that he desires to. I mean nothing to this man. Never have. And I accept that. I accept that. I can look in the mirror with clear eyes and a smile on my face and say, I accept that my husband never wanted me. I can say it and it don't even hurt or bring tears anymore. I can say it. He never wanted me. And his feelings and thoughts and beliefs of my dark skin being evil and me not being good enough or filling any voids in his life or whatever. You know what I mean? I could accept that now. That I was foolish for giving 25 years of my best. Even on my worst day, I gave my best to him. And I have to forgive myself and accept that I let myself get drugged through the mud. I did that. And my kids got drugged with me. And we all have to recover from all of that. And it's going to take a few more years. And we're going to be okay. And I'm glad that my ex is married. I'm super glad. And I'm glad that he, his wife, and the adopted children are out of my life. These adopted children are grown men. They're, 26, 27 years old, basically. They make their own choices along with their dad. And I'm glad that they all have each other and they have a second chance to be happy. And I'm glad that I'm able to scrape up myself, my kids, my grandkids, and create a new life for us. It hurted to go through all of that, but for whatever reason, it all happened. And as far as I know, we're all alive and healthy enough and gonna go on. We're gonna go on. And yes, I will continue to share my story. I can share my story in my own dramatic, colorful way and still wish other people well. I wish them all well. But I still have the right to tell my story in my own colorful way because I have to become independent and feed myself and my kids on what they left for us. You all be blessed. Thank you for listening. I just hope that I help somebody out there.